This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome, everybody. We are back. High school basketball is live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's day 3 of the 2025 Titan Classic. It's the Collinsville Cardinals and the Del City Eagles getting the day started. 7 straight games on OSN today. We've already had 12 here at the Titan Classic. 7 more on this Saturday to bring this thing home and crown some champions here today. Josh Calloway alongside Jordan Ray here at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse. Jordan, day 3. Here we go. As it's been obviously a lot of basketball the last couple of days. 7 more games today. Let's kick it off with a good one here, hopefully this morning with Del City and Collinsville.
Yeah, both teams have lost at least once. Collinsville's 0-2 right now. It's just a matter of trying to play your best game and get ready for district play resuming on Tuesday.
Del City coming into action today at 1-1 in the Titan Classic. Collinsville, like you said, 0-2, a couple of tough losses for the Cardinals, so they'll be hoping to kind of salvage their weekend here at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse, while Del City, meanwhile, going to try and find a way to get to a winning weekend at 2-1 with a victory. Let's go ahead and get the starting lineups as they're on the screen there, presented by Dynamic Health Clinic. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries, able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. Star Eagles, who are going to be the road team here today at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse. Number 1, Ja'Kai McAllister, 5'5" freshman. Number 11 is Kamaya Morgan, the 5'8" sophomore. Number 3, Paris Baker, the 5'11" freshman. Number 30, Tori Moore, 5'7" junior. And number 32, Sanaya Bonds, a 5'10" sophomore. And the Eagles are, of course, coached by Mariah White, putting together a very nice season to this point. Starting 5 for Collinsville is going to be the home squad today. Number 3 is Hayden McDowell, a 5'6" junior. Number 11, Kobe Brader, a 5'6" junior. Number 12 is Jenna Christian, a 5'8" junior. Number 25, Kate Reed, a 5'8" sophomore. And rounding out number 42 is Anna Appleberg. She is a 5'8" junior. And the Cardinals, of course, coached by Kaylin DeCamp. Try to come into play today and get a win on the way out here at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse.
And, of course, we want to thank J.R. Rowlett Realty.
J.R. Rowlett Realty, the title sponsor of this year's Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Let J.R. Rowlett find your perfect home today. Give him a call, 405-445-8971. Del City, like I said, the road team today going to be in the black uniforms with red Del City on the front, red numbers on front and back. Collinsville in their home white uniforms with the baby blue. Collinsville on the front and numbers on the front and back. Collinsville's gone full into the light blue. I know Collinsville is being red. A lot of light blue these days, it seems like, which I don't complain. It's a great color.
You remember doing Collinsville baseball?
They've always done it in baseball.
I thought they were red.
Yeah,
were they blue or red?
They wear a lot of light blue in baseball. I remember that going back to when I was in high school. But it seemed like the other sports you never saw them in blue. But
my early
I could be way off on that.
Of them playing Carl Albert in football, which I didn't do those games. Of course, that's Kirk Norman. But still, I watched them, and I thought they were red in football. And then when Carl Albert and Collinsville played in boys basketball in the first round of the 2022 state tournament, I don't remember anything about Collinsville being blue. So it is an interesting transition.
Opening tip won by Del City.
At some point, Josh, they may change their name to Blue Jays.
Honestly, you could at this point. As we're off and running in day 3 of the 2025 Titan Classic, Sanaya Bonds has her shot blocked.
Appleberg with a really good block and recovery there. Very good matchup there. Bonds and Appleberg. You're talking about 2 strong young women, and I mean strong physically as well as otherwise, I'm sure.
In the corner with it for the Cardinals, this is Kate Reed, 25, gives it up to the top for an open 3 for McDowell. Rolled off the side of the rim, though. Rebound, stick back for Appleberg, didn't go, but ends up getting her own miss. Kick out, pump fake, and Collinsville will reset some offense. A little hesitation and drive. Pass blocked by Baker there. And then a tie-up, that's a travel. Good defense by Tori Moore. Clamping down on Kobe Brader. Got the travel there.
Now, I think Coach White, or any coach, probably wouldn't be happy that Del City did not get a single loose ball. But they did force a turnover at least, forcing a travel. But every loose ball bet went to Collinsville. They're playing a bit more aggressive on that possession. We'll see if the Eagles can adjust. Early game for both teams, of course. This is earlier than usual starting-wise.
Yeah, 10 a.m. tip here, which Del City has the advantage as they turn it over of, if you want to call it an advantage. They've opened the term the last 2 days. So not that 10 a.m. and noon are the same, but they've at least played early the last couple of days, a little more of a normal rhythm, I guess. As a 3-ball in the corner for Hayden McDowell. First Bobby Lewis 3-pointer of the day, day 3, and it gets Collinsville on the board first. Good ball movement here from McAllister to Baker, and she's fouled. And right on cue from Bobby Lewis to Tooney Buys Houses. And the charity stripe for the first time today. Tooney Buys Houses. We buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. First free throw from Baker just left short.
So
he's looking for their first point.
Collinsville hit an open 3 in that left corner. No one from Del City identified the shooter, so defensive breakdown there. Good cut by Baker to get the free throw tip. She got 1 point out of it. It could have been more if she used her left hand, because that's the side she was on when she caught it, but she wanted to reverse it to her right and had no chance to make it, but at least she drew a foul.
Collinsville brings it up, leading by 2 very early. Been a good week for Del City. They played Edmond Memorial, the juggernaut in 6A, really tough. Had a 3 at the buzzer to try and send it to overtime on Thursday, and then responded yesterday with a blowout win over Putnam City. So trying to follow that up with another strong performance here today. Scoop layup attempt there didn't go for Brader. Moore rips down the board, and Del City's come back the other way, trailing by 2 very early in this one. Pass deflected, and a turnover, almost a turnover. Now we're going to whistle and a foul. It's going to be on the Cardinals.
And
going to be on Christian.
For Del City, Morgan's limping a bit. I know it's just it won't take much for, there we go, Sasha Hunt Smith to come in at some point. If things are not going well for Del City, you'll see Sasha Hunt Smith come in really quickly, and this time it's 2 minutes, 11 seconds in the game, although this also has a lot to do with the fact that Morgan's limping.
Talked about it throughout the week. You have been with us, Del City, very deep. Since we've been doing it, feels like Coach Mariah White's deepest Del City team. They can go far into that bench with reliable veteran players.
Oh, this is the deepest.
Big advantage.
Maybe the deepest team I've seen in Mid-Del since we started doing their games on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sasha Hunt Smith's 3 didn't go, but Baker ripped down the board and is fouled. That's my initial question here early with this game is Collinsville, and you've been seeing the last couple of days, but don't seem to have a lot of size. You kind of scan their roster, and Del City's got a couple of really good rebounders on this team.
Yeah.
And so you wonder if that could be a major problem for Collinsville today. Got to travel here, though. Good defense by Brader. Not giving Baker anywhere to go. Shuffled the feet and traveled.
Paris Baker's playing really hard, but with the ball, she's making a couple of decisions where she's just kind of unsure of herself. This on that one got called for a travel. You know, Collinsville, they're very limited in how they can beat you. They have a couple players who can hit outside shots. They got Appleberg who can score inside. They're not a very versatile team, and they don't want to get in a track meet with whoever they're playing against. And so at some point, Del City hopes to get some steals and push the tempo on defensive rebounds, and then that should give them a chance to separate themselves.
This is Ella Armstrong handling the basketball for Collinsville into the game for the first time, and her handoff looking for Brader was stolen by McAllister. Leads to a break for the Eagles. Down the court, Baker. Good layup in transition. And we're even up 3 apiece.
Exactly what I was talking about.
Yep.
You know, Del City can run and gun, run and jump too. That's a man trap. They're not doing that right now. Collinsville's more limited.
Cardinals back the other way here.
By the way, great vision by McAllister.
Yeah.
On that pass.
Been very impressed by the general passing and ball movement of this team the last couple of days. As the shot here for Appleberg didn't go, but got her own miss. Second look at it, also wouldn't fall. So Eagles have the basketball back in a tie game. Baker over here to Bonds on the block. Appleberg did a good job to cut her off. Nice feed to Hunt. Floater, good.
Yeah, that was a nice feed. I think we're going to see Shelby Thornton make an early appearance because I'm guessing Coach White may not be totally happy with Bonds' interior defense on Appleberg. Appleberg got loose for a couple of shots he probably would have normally make. But then Bonds makes a really good pass to the cutting Hunt.
So Del City's got their first lead, 5-3. Kate Reed with the ball at the top for the Cardinals. Hands it off to Brader, gives it back now. Going to try and get underneath to Appleberg. Not a bad idea, but sail the pass a little bit off her fingertips. And out of bounds, here comes Shelby Thornton for the first time.
And if the pass wasn't sailed, Baker would have been there for the steal. Or I'm sorry, I think that's actually McAllister would have been there for the steal.
Courtney McCarroll also in for the first time. She was dynamite yesterday. Brought home our Triple E Screen Printing Player of the Game Award in that win over Putnam City.
Yeah, one of the best games we've seen her play this season.
She's got the ball in the corner. Up to Bonds to the top, Shelby Thornton, who's had a nice tournament as well. McCarroll, kick back out to McAllister. Handoff, Hunt Smith. Rocket bounce pass underneath to Thornton, turn on shot, good. Another nice pass to set that up.
Nice pass, and we're seeing Shelby Thornton finish better and better. She's just more comfortable with her shots, not rushing anything, and she's been very efficient the last couple of games, which is very important for her.
So it's a 7-0 run for the Eagles, and a turnover here leads to a fast break. McAllister takes a long two, got it. So things are flowing for the Eagles, and sensing that is Coach DeCamp for the Cardinals. She's going to take a timeout with 2:35 to go in this opening quarter. I think this is just a 30, it is.
Yes.
You know, we saw this yesterday, Jordan, in that Putnam City game against Del City, where Putnam City, and we're not at extreme levels yet, but remember, Putnam City got the first bucket to go 2-0, and then Del City rattled off, I think it was 22 unanswered from there. We're not to that level yet, but 3-0 start for Collinsville, and now a 9-0 burst for the Eagles since then to have a little bit of a cushion. Make sure we thank our first half sponsor, which is Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings, 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. Buffalo Wild Wings offering BOGO wing deals every Tuesday and Thursday. Make sure to check them out at B-Dubs. Buffalo Wild Wings in Del City. Speaking of Del City, we're going to have the boys today for the first time after this game. They're going to play 2 today. And they got these same Collinsville Cardinals on this court right after this one. Jordan and I will have that game for you as well. So excited to get my first look at the Del City Eagle boys, Lenny Hatchett squad, for the first time this 2025 season. They'll take on the Cardinals.
Yeah, they're a late addition to this.
Very unusual.
They were, I think, again, it had to do with the fact, I'm going to assume, I may be wrong, but it had to do with the fact that they did not get 3 games into their Bishop McGinnis tournament 2 weeks ago, as most teams did not play a full tournament 2 weeks ago because of weather. And those games were just canceled, not made up.
Right on cue, I think I see Coach Hatchett and coming through the doors right now, getting ready for their game later as we get a turnover. Leads to a fast break again here for the Eagles. That shot didn't go for Sasha Hunt-Smith. Good transition defense by the Cardinals, hustling back to get that stop. And now a foul on McAllister as she bumps Brader. It's going to be the first foul on the Eagles.
Yeah, so Collinsville has 3 points. They have 3 fouls, too. And rare to see Sasha Hunt miss that type of shot, but it's going to happen sometimes. McAllister, of course, gets that foul. She has this mentality like you expect the McAllisters to have. When someone else has the ball, they think they're going to get it.
Mm-hmm. Kate Reed with the ball for the Cardinals. She'll give it up or try to Appleberg, but read well by Thornton to intercept that pass and start the fast break the other direction. So Del City defense swarming, first forcing turnovers. Gets another one there. McCarroll at the top of the key. Gives up left side, McAllister. She'll fire away on a 3. Almost banked home, but rolls off. Long rebound, though, comes out, and it will stay with the Eagles as McCarroll able to scoop it. This is Smithers, 15 in the game. She gives up to McAllister in the corner. Tries to go baseline, but a good play by Brader to poke that loose and get a turnover.
It's a good job by Brader to slow it down before she crossed that timeline.
Yeah, looked a little unorthodox, but it worked. Into the game for the Cardinals, by the way, 22 is Avery Oder. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay down here with a little less than a minute to play in the first quarter.
Now, this is an unusual sub here for Del City. They're going to bring in, is that number 9? Or no?
I think it was Lewis came in for number 4.
Thornton
like sends that shot back as Appleberg tried to drive on her, and Thornton swatted it away, but Eagles will turn it over and keep it down here. But still, a great block by Shelby Thornton.
My mistake. It is Raina Lewis coming in. For some reason, I swore that was number 9. It's like, who's that? And then I looked at the roster. There's no number 9. It is Raina Lewis. So
your eyes are a little tired. You've done a lot of basketball the last couple of days.
And old. My eyes are old.
And you got a full day today, too.
Yep. But second string in for Del City, and as we'll often note, usually no drop-off. In fact, they may play even better than their starters.
And Thornton forces another turnover. She is everywhere again. And we mentioned having a great tournament and off to a strong start today. But Carroll for 3 at the top of the key. Clackums! A very fortunate roll for McCarroll. Thought that was going to come off, but it somehow stayed in the cylinder. Bobby Lewis 3 ball. It's a 12-ball run for the Eagles.
It's not the ideal way to make a 3, but if you're shooting from the top of the key, you have a soft touch. It can definitely work that way, and I think that's just going to give McCarroll even more and more confidence.
McDowell handling the ball for the Cardinals. Turnaround shot, airballed short. Pulled in by Peyton Jones just into the game. Kicks it out to Reed for 3. She gets a crazy roll. That one was even more fortunate. Another Bobby Lewis 3 ball right back. And, boy, the Cardinals needed that.
Yeah,
a little bit of momentum here to end the quarter.
2 back-to-back threes like that is unbelievable. You won't see that very often.
So that's one. Del City leading Collinsville 12-6. Game 1, day 3, 2025 Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Back here at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse, Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Also joined by Dedrick Jones producing and Bernie Wren. Somewhere up there on his station as a camera op.
Appreciate all the help. It takes a lot to get through a tournament like this. A lot of help, a lot of manpower, and Jordan obviously the one who coordinates it all. And you've been on the call for every game but 2, right? You took him 1 game off each day.
I take a game off a day, yeah.
That's okay. I think everyone understands that.
I have to hang out at some point at the hospitality room.
Get a little grub.
Get some potato soup. It's really good, made by Coach Price's wife.
There you go. So back to it. Cardinals got that big 3. They really needed that to get a little momentum back. Killed that 12-0 run. Floater here for Reed, high off the backboard. Boy, the rims are friendly this morning as that one stayed home as well.
Nice job by Reed. She had to shoot a higher shot over Shelby Thornton, and she did and executed real well. And then Thornton gets a really good inside position. She has really gotten better this year, I think, than I've ever seen her at getting good inside post position. And I think it just has to do with getting stronger and stronger each year. And that's what should happen. When you're a senior in high school, you ought to be stronger than you've ever been.
Misses the first one. The foul was charged. I think it was incorrect. I'm pretty sure it was on Ella Armstrong. The board says 10. There's not even a 10 on the floor. So Ella Armstrong, I believe, 15 is who got the whistle there.
10's Jamie Holdman for Collinsville. You'll recognize her with her hair, so she's definitely not out there yet. She's got a nice curly hair look to her.
So the Eagles break up that little 5-0 burst for Collinsville. Thornton splits the trip. It's a 5-point lead again at 13-8. McCarroll's a good job jumping the passing lane here and forcing a turnover.
Draw foul, draw foul. Oh, didn't draw foul, but finished.
That was well done. You're right. McCarroll's so good at getting to the line, but didn't do so there, but didn't need to as she got the bucket to go.
It's all about being on the left side of the floor for her, and she was when she got that steal.
It's a natural lefty. And just lefties are tough to guard anyway.
Yeah.
And she's very skilled at the basket. Del City up by a touchdown, 15-8. Here's McDowell in the corner, gives it up to Peyton Jones. Round to the right side, Kate Reed being watched by McCarroll. Bounce pass in the corner to McDowell. She'll pump fake once and give it up. Shelby Thornton closing out on her. You could tell McDowell didn't see anywhere to go there. Putting it on the floor is Brader. Collinsville trying to figure out where they want to attack this Del City defense. Scoop layup is swatted by Thornton, but a whistle and a foul.
That's probably on
before the shot, I think.
McCarroll, I think.
Yeah. Maybe it's on the shot. It looks like it is on the shot. So McDowell's going to get free throws. It is on McCarroll. Boy, that block, it was vicious. Here's a question for you, Jordan. Maybe you know, or I don't want to put you on the spot. Do you get a block for that still, even though it was on a foul? Because the shot would have counted.
I don't think so.
The shot would have counted.
Yeah.
First free throw goes. I'm counting it in my heart because that was a rejection.
But, the shot does not count as an attempt if she misses.
That's a good point also.
So that's why the block shot wouldn't count, I think.
Second free throw good. So a 2-for-2 trip to the line for McDowell.
Because what I will tell you, Josh, is a block shot is an attempted shot. Like a blocked field goal in football is an attempted field goal. So it counts as a miss.
Right. That makes sense.
And a recovery in basketball is a rebound.
So Collinsville hanging around here, down by 5, 2 minutes into the second quarter. Lewis in the game for Del City. That's going to be a kickball out of bounds. And they actually didn't call it kickball. It works out the same.
Yeah, Collinsville's, they will, I say they're limited with how they can score. Because of that, they are really good at passing the ball around. And they will work the ball to get good shots. So long as they don't turn it over. Nice pass there.
Yeah, great find underneath. Smithers just hanging out on the block, got an easy lay in there. As that's been the strength this week for Del City, their passing and ball movement. They've gotten a lot of just easy looks at the basket because of their ball movement and their motion without the ball. They're just good offense. Armstrong with it for Collinsville. Picked up her dribble, didn't really have anywhere to go here. Smithers hounding her, able to get it to Appleby. Gets it off to the cutting McDowell, and she's fouled.
See what I'm talking about? They run good half-court sets, does Collinsville.
Yeah.
They don't have great individual finishers. They got a couple of good shooters. They got one really good post player in Appleberg. And right now I think Coach White's got to be probably challenging your team not to foul so much. You're sending them Collinsville to the free throw line. That's keeping them in this game.
Yeah, I was just thinking McDowell especially has done a nice job getting herself to the line and capitalizing, obviously. You got to make them when you get there. And she hits them both again. So Collinsville back within 5. McAllister back in the game for Del City, by the way, replacing McCarroll. Here she is with the ball. Long pass across to Sasha Hunt-Smith. She'll fire away from deep. She can hit those. Didn't make it. McAllister got the board, but Armstrong, a good job coming across and blocking that shot.
McAllister's got so much energy, so if there's no one that's going to crash for the backside offensive rebound, she'll do it. She got it there.
McAllister handling the ball, gets it to Hunt-Smith in the corner. Takes it out toward the top, and we'll set something up. So we hit the final 5 minutes of this first half. Behind the back dribble. Comes across the free throw lane. Floater with the right hand doesn't go. Rebound, though, pulled in by Smithers. I think Thornton might have helped with that. But a turnover as Appleberg scoops it up. Leads to a break for the Cardinals. Here's Kay Reed jumping up along two and got it.
They're hitting some shots now. They hit a couple of floaters over Thornton's outstretched arms, and they're making free throws. So they are really right back in this thing.
So Collinsville within one score, 17-14. Lewis bounced pass to Thornton, feeds underneath to Smithers, just couldn't quite handle the pass. And it's another turnover. So Cardinals have the basketball back, down by just 3. This 5-8 tilt between the Eagles and the Cardinals. McDowell on the wing gives it in the corner to Appleberg, but Thornton again just so disruptive. Ooh, might have gone over the foul there. A lot of contact.
Yeah, probably.
Leads to a fast break for the Eagles. Smithers sneaks it to McAllister.
Smithers has got to finish that.
Armstrong
her shot.
Tipped it away, It was a good job by McAllister just to save it, avoid the turnover. But the fast break neutralized. Here's Smithers on the wing. Over to Raina Lewis, open look at a three on the left side, left it short. Rebound pulled in by McDowell, but now I think Collinsville snuck a timeout in. Smart timeout there. That looks like it's going to get a tie-up, and the arrow, I believe, favors
Del City.
Del City, so that would have been Eagle ball if that timeout was not taken. So a smart one there.
Yeah, they're down to 3 timeouts, but we've seen coaches. I think Collinsville coach Todd Anderson, will see him next game. He will use timeouts early and often, and he'll have all his timeouts used by the 2-minute mark of the game.
And then conversely, in that Edmond Norman High game, we got to the final minute. Both teams still had 4 timeouts left each, as those two programs decided to keep them. I guess it just really kind of depends on preference if you want to try and save those for later or go ahead and use them when the opportunities are there. You get 5 of them.
Yeah. It's got to be judicious from here on out. But I've talked to coaches about it. Some of them are supportive of using a timeout in the first half just to save a possession here. And we'll see Del City, similar colors, bring in.
We're at Carl Albert.
Right, that's right. Bring in their starters back, except again, Sasha Hunt-Smith staying in. And that might be because Kamaya Morgan is hurt. And this might not be a game where you want to mess with that. So she may be out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we haven't seen her since early on. And now Collinsville gets the bucket to go and the foul. That's Ella Armstrong, who's giving Collinsville some good minutes right now. Able to get that one to go with the foul, and she can tie it at the Toonie Buys Houses charity stripe.
Yeah, they're an offensive machine right now. And
fouls on
by the way,
more.
Kamaya Morgan is standing up. She's not at the scores table.
Yeah, you're right. She has not been in the game since very early on when she came limping off. Armstrong can't quite get the roll. Appleberg rebound, putback didn't go. That was not a bad look at all. But Del City hangs on to the lead for now. Up by 1, 17-16. Sasha Hunt-Smith on the wing, gets it up in the corner to McAllister. She's got room, but decides to put it on the floor. Hunt-Smith down the baseline, bounce pass to Bonds, gives it back to her. Knocked out of bounds, it'll stay with the Eagles.
Bonds is a very unselfish player. She likes to look for cutters. She needs to be a little bit more selfish and try to score in the paint. A nice play there.
Yeah, a lane opened up for McAllister. She exploded toward the rim, didn't finish it, but was bumped and fouled. And so
it's just a very good read. They were going to run an elevator screen for Hunt-Smith up top, and all the defense shifted towards the top of the key, the free throw line. And there was a wide-open baseline driving lane for McAllister. And she needs to stop the bleeding by making a free throw or two, and she makes one of them. Again, thanks to Toonie Buys Houses for being our free throw sponsor.
Second one also good, so a 2-for-2 trip to the line for McAllister, and the Eagle lead back to 3.
Now, this group, you don't have Shelby Thornton anymore. They got to defend the paint better for Del City.
Here's Armstrong on the elbow and poked away and stolen. Tori Moore got a hand in there and just broke that up.
That helps. Defend the backdoor cut is what they did there.
Hunt-Smith for 3. Clackums can shoot it with anyone. Bobby Lewis 3 ball. And just like that, the Eagles with a little more breathing room out to 6-point lead.
Yeah, again, big development on defense to set that up. Tori Moore, who got beat on that 3-point play against Armstrong, was able to deny that backdoor cut, and that's one of the things Del City's gotten burned on a couple of times.
There's Peyton Jones with it for Collinsville. Gives it up to the top, Brader. Brader being watched by Hunt-Smith. Going to drive on her to her left. Couldn't get it, but Appleberg the rebound. And she's fouled. Boy, give Anna Appleberg a lot of credit. Only 5'8", but she has been picking up a lot of rebounds, especially in the offensive glass. Has helped buy Collinsville some second chance opportunities.
The foul's on Hunt-Smith, but Sanaya Bonds has got to stay with her. She's got to keep her body on her as long as she's roaming the paint. She just left her and kind of wanted to get her own rebounding position, but she needs to be near Bonds or near Appleberg anytime a shot goes up.
Armstrong out, back in for Collinsville comes Avery Oder. Split the trip for Appleberg at the line. McDowell back in the game, meanwhile. She'll replace Peyton Jones. Hunt Smith brings it down the floor for the Eagles, who lead by 5. Waning moments here of the first half. Game 1 of day 3 of the Titan Classic. Hunt Smith from the free throw line, air ball. Bonds with a heck of an effort to save it to McAllister. Turnaround shot won't roll home. Rebound, though, tipped down, and Hunt Smith's got it. So the Eagles now with a third look on this possession. Baker trying to get it to Bonds underneath.
That, I don't know what she's
a little bit of a forced pass there and a deflection and a turnover, but Brader with it, trying to get up the floor, and she does. And now Bonds a little too aggressive, will bump and foul her.
Not a good foul because it's the 15th foul. You got to know
could be free throws.
You're in that situation. It's only Bonds' first foul, but you don't just think about how many fouls you have. You got to think about how many fouls your team has. That is just a really bad foul. It's just something players. Bonds is only a sophomore. They got to learn to be aware of team fouls.
First one good for Kobe Brader. Can get this back down a one-score game. Collinsville just kind of scrapping, hanging tough right now. Missed one on the second, so it'll stay a two-score game at 22-18. Baker the board, she'll bring it up. Baker, pass across McAllister all along the corner. She'll step in and take a long two. Got it.
That's twice she's made a baseline jumper, so she knows, even though some people say a long two-point shot's not a good attempt, it just depends on what your ability is. So McAllister knows she's not a three-point shooter, so she steps in and will shoot the baseline jumper. She's made 2 of them.
Had all kinds of room. Appleberg sails this pass, but McDowell is able to save it.
Del City should have had that steal. And interesting enough, that's McAllister. Usually she does not lack energy plays.
Brader on the wing. Gives it up to Appleberg. Appleberg kick out, finds McDowell open, looking at 3. Left it short. Rebound pulled down by Baker. So a good look there for Collinsville, but didn't hit it. Hunt Smith starts the break, down the floor, contact, bucket, charge. Wave it off. That's a big call.
It's her second, but I think it's the right call. And she, as much as any player, could easily just pull up and shoot a shot off the backboard. She does not have to barrel into a player. I know she wanted to draw a foul, but when a player is set like that, you shouldn't even think about trying to draw a foul there. Only if the player's still moving and isn't set, and then you try to draw contact, then you can draw a foul. That's a good job by Collinsville. They were ready for that.
Big call. I mean, you get the block there. That's an 8-point lead with a free throw coming. Instead, it's a second foul on Hunt Smith, and they get the ball back. 3 ball for Kate Reed off the mark. 10 seconds to go in the half. Got to get up quick. Pass deflected by Armstrong. It'll go out of bounds and be Del City ball.
Yeah, McAllister's got to be furious with Bonds. She's like, I was open on the left side, and Bonds wanted to go to McCarroll, and they're going to call a foul.
They're going to call a foul on the Eagles here. That should be free throws for Collinsville. No, they're going to have them do side out. Should be free throws, right?
Yeah, it should. Because I don't think Del City had possession.
I don't even know where the foul was on that possession, truthfully. I'm still waiting to see on the board who it gets tacked with it. Maybe I missed it. I don't know where the foul was on that play. But it's going to be free throws for Ella Armstrong. And she'll get the first one to roll home.
And again, that's McCarroll's foul, but Bonds, I don't know what she was thinking. She had an open guard on the other side. McCarroll was not open.
Second one, no good. Can Del City get a shot off? Baker headed McAllister. She got time. This will count. Oh, the front of the rim, no good. That foul was on McCarroll earlier, by the way. It's her second. That'll end the first half. Del City leading Collinsville 24-19. An entertaining first 16 minutes. Collinsville certainly still right in this thing, down just 5 as they try to get their first win of the week here at the Titan Classic. We'll step aside for halftime. Halftimes are quick at this year's Titan Classic, so don't go too far. We'll be back for the second half shortly. Del City leading Collinsville 24-19 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese, it's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Whataburger, please Brent back the Monterey melt. Brent back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're Brentfing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Brent it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brumped it all right. What a burger!
Back here at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse in Midwest City, Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Just about ready to get the second half started of this one in a moment. Del City and Collinsville in the first game of day 3 of the 2025 Titan Classic. Want to make sure we thank our title sponsor for this year's event, which is J.R. Rowlett Realty, helping us bring you every game of this great tournament. Once a Titan, always a Titan. Use this Titan. If you're thinking of buying or selling your home, give J.R. Rowlett the call at 405-445-8971. Look at the schedule for day 3 of the Titan Classic. This is the first of 7 games we'll have today on OSN. We're going to have the boys of this exact matchup coming up next with Collinsville and Dell City getting in action. And that's not a typo. The Dell City boys will play again tonight in a heavyweight fight against Edmond North. That'll be the final game, game 19 of the weekend. That'll be the nightcap this evening. As you see the full day slate, been a great tournament, Jordan. We got a bunch of great matchups today to wrap up the weekend here.
Yes, again, it's just unusual to see a team play twice in one day, but Dell City boys are up for the challenge on that. Carl Albert Norman, I think, will be a really interesting matchup. Norman, if they win, would be the only 3-0 boys team. If they lose, there will be chaos, probably.
Yeah.
Because Carl Albert would be 2-1.
The tiebreakers will get complicated.
Sand Springs, will they be 2-1? If they lose to Norman North, that would help Carl Albert a lot. Carl Albert may go 2-1 and still win, at least unless we'll see how they handle Dell City. Dell City's kind of, I don't know how you kind of handle them because they only played 2 games. But again, coaches, don't worry too much about this. It's about quality competition and getting better, getting your team ready for district play. And when we talk about the Mid-Dell teams, Dell City girls playing right now, they just need to make sure they got some good habits on defense going. They don't really have a tough game in district play.
Right.
Maybe at Midwest City, but the Lady Bombers are kind of reeling at the moment. Maybe at Northwest, or not, I always want to call them Northwest Classic. Class and SAS, we've seen how good their girls team is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got some players for sure.
Those are the potential pitfalls for Dell City in district play, but I like their chances to go undefeated and win outright.
First possession of the second half, Paris Baker's shot off the mark. And Collinsville has it back, trailing by 5. Good ball movement here leads to an open jumper just off the block, missed for Jenna Christian. But Collinsville buying themselves a second chance. Kate Reed for 3, Clackums.
And that's because Appleberg got the offensive rebound. She's always going to be around the basket, and Dell City's got to have more players helping out with that. McCarroll is starting for Dell City. I think it's just more evidence that Kamaya Morgan, Coach White, wants to rest her.
Yeah. That's a big loss. Houston Morgan, a very strong player for Dell City, one of their starters. McAllister strong to the rim.
She's had a really good game.
Good effort there, and banks on that floater.
I'm going to go and say she is now the leading candidate for player of the game for Dell City if they win.
I think Collinsville might be Appleberg. Hasn't done a ton of scoring, but so many rebounds, creating extra opportunities on this end of the floor.
Yeah, she just plays. She stays in the paint. And she makes stuff happen whether she gets the ball or gets an offensive rebound getting the ball. But, getting the ball from a pass or getting the ball from a missed shot.
Active fans from McAllister knocking that out of bounds. But Ja'Kai McAllister, it's hard not to, just a freshman, kind of envision the player that she'll be. I mean, she already is, but so much career to go for her. It's exciting if you're an Eagle fan. Pump fake and drive here. That was a good move, but a good recovery by Moore to block that layup attempt by Brader.
Yeah, Brader, she's shown she can attack the basket effectively. And again, Tori Moore's got to make sure she's working, moving her feet. She's guarding a quick player. She's going to have to. A lot of 4s in high school basketball are going to be quick guards that are just a little taller.
McDowell in the corner to Christian. And Collinsville will have to back it out and reset their offense. Underneath, good find to Appleberg. Layup is up, not going to roll home though. So missed opportunity there.
Yeah, it still was not good defense. They need someone to help on the backside better. Got away with one.
McAllister, boy, the burst couldn't finish the layup and the rebound go out of bounds and go over to the Cardinals. A great move by McAllister to get there, but not able to finish it.
See now, and she might be being told differently, and it's just a matter of perspective. But if I was Sanaya Bonds, I would not front Appleberg. I would just try to make her catch it far away from the basket. She should be strong enough to do that.
Long pass ahead as Bonds coming over and poking that loose, forcing the turnover, leads to a break, but Cardinals do a good job to slow it down as that pass deflects out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles. It's like Smithers going to check back in, going to replace Baker, who's maybe a little dinged up.
Yeah, this is a bigger line. Smithers doesn't play the wing as much. He's more of a baseline-to-baseline player. But so is Tori Moore, so they're both in at the same time. Not often we see that.
Ball moving underneath to Bonds on the block. Was falling down and tried to just get it off, but McDowell able to steal it, but then she double dribbles.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Bonds she's a good post player, but her footwork was a little off there, and that led to her falling down. She needed to extend her left foot in the paint a little bit better.
McAllister feeds it off. Open look at a three for Tori Moore. Almost got through, but these rims are soft this morning at Titan Fieldhouse. But a turnover as Bonds poked it away, and McAllister right there to scoop it up and get the easy lay-in.
I got to give credit to Bonds. She's gotten a couple deflections on defense that have led to turnovers. One of them saved a basket for Collinsville. This one creates an easy basket for Del City.
So the lead back out to 6 for the Eagles. There's Christian in the corner being guarded by McCarroll, just sub back in. Reed, right side, McDowell, now around to Brader. Raina Lewis for the scorer's table set to come back in at the next opportunity for the Eagles. That's a travel.
Yeah,
Brader shuffling the feet there.
If it wasn't travel, it'd be 3 seconds in the paint. Interesting that McCarroll's coming out, so we're still going with kind of a bigger front court for Del City. And Raina Lewis, not Sasha Smith, is checking in. And I know Sasha Smith has 2 fouls, I think, but I wouldn't say she's in foul trouble right now, being early in the third.
McAllister kick in the corner. Raina Lewis, a good look at corner 3, left it short. Was going to run down her own miss, but they have a whistle and a foul here is going to go on Del City. It's going to be on Bonds.
So now Thornton will come in. They're going to say Bonds was pushing off or something. We didn't see it, but we weren't looking necessarily at it.
Seems like it's been a bit of a frustrating game for Bonds. It's not able to quite get settled in.
Yeah, I think it's been a frustrating game for a few Del City players.
Yeah, it feels like the Eagles they're leading, obviously.
That should be off Collinsville.
It's going to stay at this end. Thoughts are the same.
I think I'm going to say the ref is wrong on that. I think that was off Brader's foot, not McAllister's. The ref disagrees.
Baker, by the way, getting checked out over in the corner. Might have rolled one of those ankles. It's going to be a fast break and a bucket for Armstrong getting the easy lay-in.
Thornton motioned with her chest, like put her hand on her chest saying, that's my bad. Maybe she should have been deeper.
Midway point of the third. Cardinals are doing a good job just kind of mucking this game up a little bit and continue to hang tough. Del City's led pretty much all game, but Cardinals have been right there. Here's Lewis firing away on a 3-ball. Clackums.
There we go. We haven't seen much from Raina Lewis. I've said before, she has the same capabilities of Sasha Hunt. Smith just doesn't do it as often as far as making those shots, but she gets one there. That may be her first points of this classic.
McAllister did a great job to steal that pass, but the layup was blocked by Christian. She ended up pulling in herself, but heels were on the baseline, so it'll stay down here with the Eagles. Brader out, back in comes McDowell for the Cardinals. Trail by 7. This is Del City's biggest lead at 7, trying to push it out a little more. McAllister will drive, feeds off to the cutting Smithers and just mishandled the pass.
Yeah, that's the right pass. Smithers just has to be ready for it. She's cutting the basket. She's not just doing that to get an offensive rebound. She might be wide open.
Del City pressing here. Collinsville able to get it up the court across the timeline.
Whoa.
A lot of contact,
no
no whistles.
Just 2 players taking each other down.
Fast break for Smithers, and the bucket and the foul. So an unfortunate sequence for Collinsville there, because even if it's a foul on you, it still at least would break up the easy transition.
Just a crazy no foul was called. 2 players went down together. I guess they'll say it was incidental. I missed who that was for both teams. Great finish by Smithers. And this time, Thornton corrected her mistake from earlier. She dropped back on defense, so there wasn't an easy layup opportunity for Collinsville. They tried to reset themselves on offense, and that's when the turnover happened.
So Smithers completes the 3-point play for the first time. We have a double-digit advantage as the Eagles now lead it by 10. Collinsville needs a bucket here to stop the bleeding as Eagles on an extended run here to get some breathing room in the later part of this third quarter. Armstrong on the elbow. Oder now in the corner is McDowell, and a bad pass underneath stolen by Thornton, and she's bumped and fouled.
See, now, if Thornton fronts Appleberg has to seal her and try to get her high and away from the paint. If that doesn't happen, you have no chance of throwing the ball over Thornton's head. You can do that maybe against Bonds, but not Thornton.
Coach DeCamp taking a timeout here for the Cardinals. It is a full, so we'll take it two. 2:48 to play in the third. Eagles leading by 10 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Back at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse, Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Appreciate you being with us on a Saturday morning. Make sure we thank our second half sponsor as we get back to action, which is CK12 Designs, designers and builders of everything custom for your home, from custom cabinets to dining room tables. We do it all. Modern industrial and farmhouse designs. Come visit our manufacturing facility at 8209 Northeast 23rd Street or our downtown store at 820 North Broadway in OKC. CK12 Designs. Had a foul here that's going to send Thornton to the free throw line.
And CK12 Designs wants everyone to know that Jesus loves you.
There you go.
Yeah. And now we'll see Sasha and Smith. So Del City's had to weather this storm from Collinsville this quarter as Thornton misses the Toonie Bice House's free throws. They've had to do it with Morgan not in, out with an injury. Baker got hurt, so she's not in right now. Sasha Hunt-Smith, three of their best guards right there, was not in the game until just now. And Delsey's actually extended the lead recently.
So Thornton misses them both. The lead will hold at 10. As Brader trying to get the floor does so to Peyton Jones. Armstrong. Thornton another block. Boy,
it's just
rim protection.
Yeah.
At the highest degree with Shelby Thornton. She is swatting shots everywhere in this game. Raina Lewis goes across the baseline. Bad pass ends up with McAllister, able to save it.
How did she do that? What a play.
Dribbling through a lot of traffic and somehow laid that one home.
Dribbled through the entire Collinsville team, it seemed like.
So Del City's in their best stretch of this game as they really seem to settle in on both ends.
What Thornton does so well, she doesn't commit to that player. She knows there's a player behind her from Collinsville, so she just stays around the basket as we have a turnover.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a lack of focus there, passing right off the hands of Oder and hit the sideline.
So because she does that, it's not easy to just pass the ball against her. Now, Collinsville in the first half made a couple of floaters over Thornton's head, and that's kind of what you have to do there against her.
Raina Lewis on the wing hit that three-pointer earlier. This time she tries to give it up, but pass a little wide of the mark, got away from her. Sasha Hunt-Smith not able to pull it in. Turnover.
It's mostly on Lewis, but Hunt-Smith probably should have gotten wider.
Cardinals have it back. Been in a bit of an offensive dry spell here. Stuck on 24 points for a while. Brader, pass ahead, intercepted by Smithers. Eagle defense just been really aggressive, forcing lots of turnovers right now. Thornton in the lane, turn around with the left, not able to get it.
She may have gotten away with the travel, and she probably should have shot a hook shot in the middle.
Final minute of the third. Brader ahead to Oder in the corner. Where does Collinsville go for offense? It's been so hard to get good looks in this game. Jones is bumped and fouled. It's going to be just the second foul on the Eagles here in this quarter.
Second on McAllister, well, not really a problem when you got 48 seconds to go in the third.
Smithers will come out, replaced by McCarroll.
This is a more guard-heavy lineup for Del City.
We saw Collinsville in that first half, especially in the second quarter, really get to the line at a high level. That's what kept them hanging tough. They're not doing that nearly as much in this third quarter. And turnover here. Lewis's shot was blocked. pulled in by Brader. Now we're going to get a tie-up, and the arrow will favor Del City. Or, excuse me, will favor Collinsville.
Lewis has had a tough time trying to finish in the paint. She's just not drawing the fouls like McCarroll or Hunt Smith might. But she did force that jump ball, which means Del City will have the first possession of the fourth quarter, unless there's another jump ball.
Oder just able to get that across the half-court line. Now double team on the sideline again. Thornton wrapping her up. We're going to get a foul here. I was trying to get a tie-up, but they're going to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Normally, you don't want to try to do that when the player's back is to you. But it's not the 15th foul. It's only the 13th foul.
And just Thornton's first as well.
Yeah, so not a bad foul there if you're again.
Yeah, you can take a little bit of a gamble.
And this is when you should. If you have, I'd say, one foul or less if you're Del City, and we're not keeping track of them, but Raina Lewis might be someone who is in that situation. Go ahead and take a gamble because it would only be the fourth team foul. If your player has the ball, make an aggressive defensive play.
Brader will inbound it for Collinsville. 24.6 seconds on the clock. Gets it to Jones. Gives it back to her at the half-court logo here at Titan Fieldhouse, the CA. Armstrong on the elbow. 10 seconds. Handoff back to Brader. Just nowhere to go for the Cardinals here. Brader going to put up a tough shot. Hunt fouled her. Reaching in, got her on the arm, so they'll get to the line. That was not a great possession, but it ends up getting free throws for the Cardinals at the Toonie Bice House's charity stripe.
So actually, Hunt Smith had 3 fouls when she was sitting most of this quarter, and now she's got number 4.
Yeah.
So that's why she wasn't in. I thought she had 2.
Hasn't been a ton. I know we talked about Collinsville getting to the line a lot. Didn't feel like we had a ton of fouls in this game, but you're right, Sasha Hunt Smith now with 4. As Brader makes them both, so gets it back down to 10. See if Del City gets a heave off here. McAllister won't be able to get one. That's going to end the third quarter. Eagles in control, but Collinsville still hanging around. Del City leads it 36-26 on top of Collinsville, heading to the fourth in Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse, Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Heading to the fourth quarter of Game 1 of Day 3 between Del City and Collinsville on the girls' side of things. These two schools will run it back on the boys' side in our next ball game here. It'll be Game 14 of the tournament overall. First of 7 here on this final day of the Titan Classic. Del City leading by 10 as we start this fourth quarter. Been a pretty competitive ball game, but Del City a nice extended 4, 5, 6 minute stretch or so in that second quarter to open up a bit of a cushion, but Collinsville still certainly in this, hanging tough, but can they find enough offense? That'll be the question in this final 8 minutes.
Well, we have Bonds and Thornton both in at the same time. It's unusual.
Yeah, we have not seen that.
They're both really the
inside
inside players.
Week. McCarroll at the top of the key for the Eagles. She'll drive down the lane with the left. Ooh, couldn't get it, but Bonds the rebound, put back no, but she is fouled. So free throws coming for Sanaya Bonds.
Well, the thing about having both those players at the same time, that's going to give you more offensive rebounding potentially.
Yeah, you would think. Rebounding galore, 2 very good offensive rebounders with Bonds and Thornton. First free throw, no good for the young sophomore Bonds. Second foul, by the way, on Armstrong.
Now, what we're to see is how they play defense. Does Bonds have to defend to more of a guard-oriented player as she misses both free throws?
Bonds missed them both. For the Cardinals, you got to find a way to stack stops, but obviously you got to find a way to get it going offensively at this end. It's been a real chore to get good looks. And right on cue, a turnover here as Oder got it knocked loose by McCarroll, but now they get a tie-up. And the Arrow will keep it down here with the Cardinals, so they kind of steal a possession here.
Yeah, it's just if you get the ball on that sideline or baseline and you're getting double teamed, sometimes you might as well just throw it off the foot of an opposing player.
Yeah. Brader taking that toward the top. Good chunk of the Cardinals' points today have come at the free throw line. Just been hard to get enough separation to get a good clean look at a jump shot. Get a foul here on Bonds.
Bonds normally does not defend a guard that far away from the basket, and it's not a really good foul because she's got 3 now.
Yeah.
And so she just needs to drop back. She does not have to defend Brader that closely. But now the matchups will get reset for the Eagles.
Brader being watched by Lewis, gets it to Kate Reed. Right side to Appleberg. Christian back in the game. Brader underneath to Armstrong, and
That's
McAllister
really
comes
good
across
defense.
and ties that up, and the Arrow this time will favor the Eagles. Like you said, McAllister, great play there. She's having a nice morning.
That's why you want to throw the ball, if you can, high to a post player when they have a smaller player on them so you can avoid something like that, a jump ball. McAllister knew on the catch she was going to try to force a jump ball and did.
Here's Thornton at the top, underneath to Bonds, going strong to the rim, and she's bumped and fouled. So Sanaya Bonds will head now to the Toonie Bice House's Cherry Stripe with 6:26 to go. Feels like every point at this stage for Del City makes it that much tougher for the Cardinals. But
tough shooting night.
Missed free throw for Bonds. She's left a couple here on the table. Baker back in the game. Just good to see after she came out a little bit of a limp earlier, and we saw her go get checked out, like maybe one of those ankles. But good to see her back in the game.
I meant to say tough shooting morning for Bonds, but she does hit that free throw, 1 of 4 in his recent 2 trips.
So lead goes to 11, 37-26. McDowell ahead to Brader. Gets around Shelby Thornton. Long pass across to Kiki Reed. A good jump to catch that. McDowell puts on the floor. Feed back off Reed. Across Brader. She's going to, I thought she was going to take the real deep one, but instead thought better of it.
Yeah, she did have position to drive there.
And that's the time she is going to do it. Left it short.
Got closer,
way out there.
Closer to making it than I thought she would.
It was right on line, but left it a little short. Bonds down the floor. Gets the friendly roll.
Nice job. Just laying it softly there. A soft floater there that was able to rim in. When you have soft touch, you can get shots like that. It was a good decision not to pass to Thornton, who Thornton was not really that open.
So this is Del City's biggest lead at 13, 39-26 with just 5.5 to go. Trying to finish this thing off and make it a 2-1 week here at the Titan Classic. Reed on the wing, being watched by Baker. Bounce pass to Armstrong. McAllister, Gardner close. And it's just kind of what I've been saying. Look, no open space to operate. Tough shot here for Brader, won't go. Rebound ripped down by Bonds, and she's fouled. That's going to be the 5th on Christian, I believe. Been a frustrating game for Jenna Christian, a senior in the starting lineup for Collinsville, but hasn't been able to stay on the floor with foul trouble, and there's her 5th right there, so she'll have to come out and be done for the day.
And the next candidate to foul out is Sasha Hunt-Smith, who's back in the game. She has 4 fouls, but she's a very experienced junior. Oh, Collinsville not ready.
They just weren't ready, and that's going to lead to an easy layup for Thornton. The Cardinals were basically in a huddle.
Are they going to – here's the deal. You have 30 seconds after a player fouls out to make a sub, so Coach DeCamp may be right in saying that they were not given enough time.
Yeah, they might wave that off because they inbounded it. That was a strange play. I don't know if we've done a lot of games out of Jordan. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Collinsville was in a huddle on the sideline.
Well, the ref is laughing about this, but I'd say in a more important setting, you don't want to laugh about this. You have to be.
Yeah, they're going to wipe that bucket off.
You have to be cognizant, as an official, if a player fouls out and they have not been subbed in for yet. And I think that's what happened.
Yeah, you're correct. I believe Coach DeCamp, that was immediately what she pointed out was we didn't even sub yet. Like, you can't go back to play. And so they waved that basket, which is the right move.
So coaches will try to make that a timeout by waiting to make a sub, because Collinsville only has 2 timeouts yet. Coach DeCamp wants to use as many timeouts as she can, so she wanted to take an extra one there, which she can within the rules. Bonds is starting to come alive here.
Yeah, that's another really nice board and stick back for Sanaya Bonds. And the Eagles had just put together a really nice second half. And now she jumps the passing lane here and gets a turnover. Jakaya McAllister going to go strong. Took some contact, will back it out. Bonds puts it on the floor, right-hand floater. Can't quite get the roll there. Shelby Thornton, though, rebound put back good.
Yep. You have both of them in. I don't want to call them twin towers. I wouldn't call Bonds a tower, but she's a force inside with her strength, Thornton with her height. So it is a combination that can work real well. And now Collinsville will take another timeout, and then they have one more.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it to Eagles in command on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Back to action at the Titan Classic. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray. Del City leading it by 17, 43-26, seemingly on their way to a weekend closing win, but still over half a quarter to go. Cardinals going to try and make a late push. Raiders' 3 is off the mark. Pulled in by Bonds, who gives it up to McAllister. Long pass ahead to Baker, and an easy layup.
Good to see Baker back in. Of course, she was a little banged up early this half, but in a better situation than Morgan, I suppose, because Coach White's willing to put her back in. We can say with certainty that Kanai Morgan's going to be out for this game.
Yeah, hasn't played since early in the game. First quarter came out.
And if it was a district game and an important game for seeding or a postseason game, I bet Morgan, I wouldn't be surprised if she could play. I'm not saying for sure, but I wouldn't be shocked if she was able to play.
Long 2 here for Oder is good. Also helps the cause when you're winning the game. Obviously, Del City has led this wire to wire. Collinsville was hanging tough for a long time. This was a close game at halftime, but Eagles have always kind of felt in control. There's a charge on McAllister as Oder slides in and takes that one.
Well, she had the right idea to drive and kicked it out to Thornton. And just got to be able to be under control and find a way to stop and slow down. Come to a jump stop. That's what coaches tell you a lot to do. Come to a jump stop.
Yeah. It's the 3rd foul on McAllister, second team. This will be a turnover for the Cardinals as Oder can't handle the pass.
Del City, we don't have a graphic for this, but their next 3 games will be on the Oklahoma Sports Network with different announcing crews. As nice floater there by Hunt Smith, but they'll be at Lawton Tuesday.
Lawton High.
Yeah, Lawton High. Friday, they'll be at home against Altus. And I think Tracy Musset will join forces with the Altus announcers for the Oklahoma Sports Network for that. That's the plan as of right now. And the following Tuesday, they'll play at Midwest City, a place they have not won at since 2013.
Fast break here from McAllister. Oh, missed the layup. That's stunning, especially considering the recent success of these Del City programs. But also the gyms are the same gym, so you think you're just at home.
Same layout, yeah.
The exact same gym.
And what's interesting is one thing that's different, talking about the Del City and Midwest City gyms, is the home teams are on different sides or on different benches in relation to the floor.
So you're on your home bench when you go there almost.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you're the same bench you're used to if you're going on the road in that rivalry.
Thornton will go strong to the rim and put it in. Lead at the 21. I do mean it almost literally, by the way. If you've never been to the two respective home gyms of Del City and Midwest City, they are the same exact layout. The only difference is the color of the seats and the color of the court, basically. Other than that, they are identical. The layout, everything. When you go there, you can't tell the difference.
And it's the same in football. We haven't seen Del City's football, but
I don't think I've ever been there in football. Yeah.
The difference is, for some reason, Midwest City, their gym is farther away from the main campus, not connected. It's a nice brisk walk, not too long, but still it's separated. And then the football field is in a different neighborhood. For Del City, their gym and their football field are all right there on the same campus.
Hunt Smith fouled out here, so Raina Lewis will replace her. Peyton Jones at the line, shooting 2. But I'm thinking we're going to see a lot of, you talk about the next 3, I think, this week, I've been on the call for all 3 of these Del City games. I feel like this Del City Lady Eagles squad for Mariah White has got a chance to play a lot of postseason basketball this year. And I think we'll be seeing them at the Big House. That's my feel right now. It's a long way to go, but I
agree.
like the squad.
The only other thing there is they have, I don't know what the year is on this one, but they have not hosted a regional in a long time. And I think that's going to definitely stop or snap. The only question is, can they go undefeated in district play? And maybe Midwest City will start to play better when they play them. And also the main thing to look out for is Class and SAS.
Yeah. Which we got to look at them last Friday as they knocked off Midwest City. Turnaround shot doesn't go for Thornton, but she'll go to the line and shoot 2. I said see them at the Big House, by the way. All the state championship games are at the Big House this year. They moved away from the Lloyd Noble Center.
Yeah.
But I say the Big House, the championship games are there. The rest of the week, that's anybody's guess where those games will be. There's a lot to be sorted out there. That's a lot of basketball games.
Well, that'll be interesting to see if NFHS Network decides to delegate who announces those games. So we may get asked to do some more extra stuff there. That's how it was back in 2021 and 2022. I remember I got to go do 5A first round at Noble High School with Noble head coach at the time, Dwayne Bradley, my old boss.
Pass ahead here. McAllister is going to lead to an easy layup. Oh, missed it. Rebound, though. Thornton put back, no. Baker's shot up and good.
I think we'll start to see the unloading of the bench here.
Yeah. So this game ends up being, obviously a pretty resounding Del City win. Doesn't really tell the full story in terms of that this game was definitely still in doubt at half, but it's been all Eagles in this third and fourth quarter. As Collinsville, this is the end that's hurt them. They've just not been able to consistently find offense. And like we mentioned, in the second quarter especially, the first half really altogether, but they did a great job at getting to the line, getting points that way. Del City's been much better at not fouling in this second half, and they've been able to clamp down, and it's been hard for Collinsville to find offense.
The only sub, it's 24-point lead. The only sub they've made is McCarrollin. That's not really going deep to your bench there, so I think Coach White wants to keep all our rotation players in. But coming out, even though she's missed her last 2 layups, McAllister, as Raina Lewis gets to the basket, it's good to see that. If she can get a rhythm, that will be really good for the bench for Del City. But I think even though McAllister missed a couple of easy layups just now as Thornton gets on the block, she's our player of the game. And we'll talk who that sponsor is here in a moment.
Eagles lead by 26. And maybe can dribble it out, and we're going to bump in a foul. That is the 5th on the Cardinals, so they'll shoot free throws.
Let's go and announce it, Dedrick.
Yep, Triple Elite Screen Printing Player of the Game. Triple Elite Screen Printing, find world-class designs and hot new styles. I think we're going with the freshman, Jakaya McAllister, 5'5", freshman who kind of did a little bit of everything in this game. She was really, really fun to watch. Had a nice tournament, but especially today, obviously, was kind of the one making it go. So she's our Triple Elite Screen Printing Player of the Game.
She was hitting baseline jumpers. Obviously, she's always a force at the defensive end. Forced some turnovers, both in getting jump balls and steals. Did finish some layups, even though her last 2 were misses. And played the passing game real well on offense. She passed the ball real well, made good decisions with the basketball.
So Baker splits the trip, 56-29. We'll see if the Cardinals get one more shot off here. A couple of subs for the Cardinals in the game, by the way. Jamie Holdman, number 10, as well as number 21, Avery Harlan. This jumper from 24 is Kaylee Brown. Didn't go. Rebound put back for Harlan. No. Rebound comes out, and that will do it. A strong, strong second half of the Eagles. And they win at 56-29. They finish the Titan Classic at 2-1. And who knows, maybe an upset later from M Memorial against Sand Springs would be a big one, but an upset, and Del City could still find themselves maybe in the conversation, although head-to-head would hurt them. We'd have to do a lot of math, but you never know. But a 2-1 week here at the Titan Classic.
Well, what we do know is there'll be recognition for an all-tournament team player, I think, from both teams. So this is a course of 3 games.
Recognize
Coach
that.
Ritchie, the Carl Albert girls coach, has the hardware for the players. Maybe Appleberg? Yep, Appleberg.
Yeah, Appleberg brings it home for Collinsville. That seems like a correct.
For Del
I only saw her today, but
it's a tough one for Del City. I'm going to guess Sashawn Smith.
Number 3, Sasha Smith.
There you go. So Sashawn Smith brings it home. You called it. Obviously was really
Tough.
good all
Thornton
week, but
could've
especially in the first game on Thursday. But you're right, Thornton could have been in that mix. Oh, there you go. She also got one. There you go. You called it. So Shelby Thornton also gets one. 2 veteran players off the bench.
Off the bench
for Del City.
That's the amazing thing about it.
Win the all-tournament team award. It's pretty cool. So I think that's it for this one. Del City gets the job done. They win big in the second half over Collinsville, finish the week 2-1. The Lady Cardinals will end at 0-3, but still obviously a lot of season to go. Some exciting players in that squad, and we'll see how they do the rest of the season. All right, we're going to step aside. It's going to be a separate stream. We'll be with you in about 10, 12, 13 minutes or so from now as the Cardinals and the Eagles on the boys' side go to work. That's set for a 11:30 tip. We'll see you then here on the Titan Classic.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.